And welcome, everyone. A very pleasant good afternoon to everyone tuning in here live from Ives Lamel Family Field. We have a men's lacrosse matinee matchup between the Brevard College Tornado and the Averett University Cougars. The NATOs coming into the game, not the greatest season so far, not what everyone was hoping for, but room for improvement still, and looking to close things out strong down the home stretch. 1-10 overall, looking for their first USA South Conference win today against the Cougars. Averett sitting at 3-9 themselves, also looking for their first USA South Conference win. So rare to be this deep into the season and see two teams that are still searching for that first conference victory, but that is the case today here at Ives Lamel Family Field, as both the Tornadoes and the Cougars will look to do that. Brevard 0-4 away, but their one win has come at home. That was, of course, against Warren Wilson in the Battle of the Blue Ridge with a trophy on the line. Their last game, a 24-7 loss at the hands of Pfeiffer, and before that, a loss 21-6 at LaGrange. Brevard has scored 73 goals on the season in 342 attempts, 6.64 goals scored per game on a .213 shot percentage. Leading goal scorer for the Tornadoes is Andrew McDonald with 21. He'll look to keep that going today. Tristan Wallace and Finnegan McCormack tied for second with 11 apiece. When we get back in just a moment, we'll have the starters for both squads and a little bit of more of a look at the matchup. But Averett and Brevard coming up here on this Saturday afternoon at Ives Lamel Family Field, and we'll be right back. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, once again getting ready for this matchup between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the Averett University Cougars. Both teams searching for their first conference win, and we've got the starting lineups for both squads here. For the Averett Cougars, number 1, a goalkeeper, Caleb Chester. Number 2, a freshman mid, Nick Byers. Number 4, a freshman mid as well, Jay Etheridge. Number 9, a senior, Marquise Fleming. Number 11, Parker Corbett, an attacker. Number 12, Lucas Jane, a defender. Number 19, Lachlan Sterling, a freshman defender, 6'5", out of Manassas, Manassas, Virginia. Number 22, Connor Tapp, a sophomore mid, 6'1". And number 23, Calvin Beavers, a sophomore defender. Followed up, finished off by number 93, Brayton Powers, the freshman attacker out of Alberta, Canada. So that'll be it. That'll be the starters for the Averett University Cougars. And for the Brevard College Tornadoes, number 3, a defender and a dual sport athlete here at Brevard College, Michael Peters. Number 6, the mid, Finnegan McCormick, who likely, as usual, will be doing the face-off duties. Number 14, a defender, Jacob Gravely. Number 15, an attacker, Frankie Howard, the freshman from California. Number 20, Evan Johnson, freshman defender. Number 21, Andrew McDonald, sophomore attacker, leading goal scorer for the Tornadoes on the season to this point. Number 23, another dual sport athlete here at Brevard, also a member of the football team, a senior attacker, Evan Francois, who, if you didn't catch it, was just on Tornado Talk this past week. Check that out if you haven't yet. Number 24, the goalie, Devin McCarriger, who's been splitting reps in front of the net with Jack Hicks on the season, but he gets the nod today in the starting lineup. Number 25, a defender, a junior, Brandon Coleman, and finish things off with number 27, the mid, Nate Ellen, senior, 6'1", out of Wilmington, North Carolina. The NATOs led by head coach J.D. LeMay, who was also on Tornado Talk this past week in year 1 at the helm for the Tornadoes, trying to instill some more things in these final 2 games for the Tornadoes. The Averett Cougars are led by head coach Anthony Mackin in year 5, and his assistants Channing Thomas and Raphael Walker. The NATOs, after today, 2 more games remain at Southern Virginia next Saturday, and then Senior Day, a home game on April 30th versus Piedmont. But before then, they've got business to take care of here against the Averett University Cougars. Both teams looking for that coveted first USA South win here late in the campaign. And we're just about 6 minutes away from starting things off here to see who it will be getting that victory. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Averett and Brevard, men's lacrosse here on a Saturday afternoon. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, just about ready to get things going here between the Averett University Cougars and the Brevard College Tornadoes. Both teams searching for their first conference win of the campaign here down the home stretch. Brevard sitting at 1-10, Averett sitting at 3-9 on the season here on a slightly breezy Saturday afternoon here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Brevard and Averett looking to accomplish the same thing, which once again is get that first USA South Conference victory, kind of get the monkey off their back. Averett sporting the yellow uniforms today, top and bottom. Brevard the white tops, blue bottoms, as the goalies head over and take their places. And we are moments away from getting things started here. It'll be Finnegan McCormick handling the face-off duties as normal. Francois and Coleman switching places in the middle. And he'll be going up against Marquise Fleming, the senior out of Quebec, Canada. McCormick gets down with Fleming. And it will be fumbled around on the ground and picked up by Brandon Coleman. He will lose it. It'll be back on the ground. Chasing after it now, Averett has it. Jay Etheridge. So a lengthy face-off win. He loses the ball, and it's knocked away. And knocked out by Finnegan McCormick there. And in comes Jared Perez immediately. Etheridge brings this one in. Passes over to Mike Mashad. Mashad right side. Looking around now to Taft. Taft will go back to Mashad. Now Etheridge once more. Looking around, he'll go over to Brenner Woodcock. Surveying, and now going over to Mashad once more in the middle of the field. 40 on the shot clock here. Mashad trying to make his move on Perez and does. Ranging over to his right. Picked up by Zach Taylor, now firing, and it'll be picked up by Jay Etheridge. Etheridge looking around, passing. Now looking over, and he passes to Taft. Taft trying to get space, losing the ball, and it's picked up by Perez. The NATOs have it back. Perez streaking over the left side, passes it over to Zach Taylor. Taylor left side, coming up the field at the 40. Getting by a defender, looking to his right, passing over to Howard, and Howard hauls it in after a little bobble. Now ranging over to his right, being harassed and knocked to the ground. And it'll be Averett possession. Howard upset with the call there. Very physical play. And Howard now trying to replicate the same, but they get by him. Fleming, he's got speed in the middle of the field. Looking around now, passing over to his right to Nick Byers. Byers now over to Taff. Taff on the right side. The far side being picked up by Johnson now. He passes over to Moody. Now to Foy. Foy left side now. Passing over. And he'll go back over to Woodcock. Woodcock circling back now, going behind the goal. Surveying the defense and looking for something. Now goes over to Corbett. Corbett circling, working in on Gravely. Trying to circle back now. Davenport with a nice shove, and he'll have to pass it back out. Woodcock with it. Looking, has Corbett going in motion now. Woodcock looks like he'll try and take it himself. No, he'll pass it back out over to Taff. Taff with it, right side, going to work, going inside. Thinks about putting up a shot, and this one will be intercepted by Gravely. Now McCarriger will throw this one down the field, and it'll be out of the reach of Zach Taylor, but no one's there. He's able to haul it in. Taylor passing now over to the left side to Andrew McDonald. McDonald circling back now on the left side. Leading goal scorer for the Tornadoes on the season. Now Tristan Wallace with it. He goes over to McCormick. Finnegan McCormick, right side. Second leading goal scorer for the Tornadoes, tied with Wallace with 11. He goes over to Howard. Now Nate Ellen on the backside behind the net. Ellen circling around now, going back over to Wallace, who bobbles and picks it back up. Wallace will pass it over to Finnegan McCormick once more. 11:45 to go here in the first. McCormick gets a crease, looking, fakes the shot, goes inside, fires, and is far left. It will stay with the NATOs as Nate Stone was in the area, but missed opportunity there from McCormick. Point blank range And just missing a little far off to the left there as McDonald has it. Retreating and now looking for room. A nice pass over to Wallace. Wallace going inside, has a little bit of space, now passes back over to Ellen. Ellen firing this one to Howard. Howard trying to get space, and he's harassed. Going to McDonald. McDonald loses it, and it is taken away by the Cougars here. Looks like Caleb Chester, and it is, and he fires a long one down the field to Byers. Byers now, plenty of space. Right around the 30, he'll rear back here. Going over to Mashad. And incoming Tyler Moody, and he gets the ball immediately, who whips it over to Woodcock on the left side. Woodcock over to Corbett. Corbett back to Woodcock now on the left side. Guarded by Zach Taylor. Taylor sagging off a little bit, not playing tight defense. Goes back to Corbett. Corbett behind the net. Now he's picked up by Taylor. Taylor a little bit more pressure added now. Corbett taking his time, halfway down the shot clock, 28 remaining. Corbett cradling. Now picks his spot and goes left. Passing it around, nice pass, taken in. The shot deflected by McCarriger, nice save there. It's on the ground, and a wild shot thrown back behind his head. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Cougars. Nice play there. Nice save by Devin McCarriger. His first of the afternoon. About 5 minutes into the first. As nice defense here from Peters. Peters harassing. And it'll be a dead ball once more, and Averett will take it in again. Taff brings it in. Cutting back. Guarded by Johnson. Taff loses the ball. It is picked up by Johnson. Johnson cutting back now. And he will pass this over to Scott Bundy. Bundy now gives it up. And now this one is on the ground, and it is taken by Marquise Fleming. Fleming with space, gets by Zach Taylor. Right at around the 30, the 25, passing it over to Taff. The shot, no, it's a pass. Throwing over to Byers now on the left side. Looking for a crease. Instead, he'll pass it over to Etheridge. Etheridge picked up from a distance by Taylor. Now looking around, and he'll go back over to Mashad. Moody, left side. Guarded by Bundy. Now he'll pass back over to Corbett. Corbett cradling behind the goal, picked up by Jacob Gravely. Corbett trying to get his spot. Looking, circling back, and instead will now pass it back up to Etheridge. Jay Etheridge, the freshman out of Chester, Virginia. Etheridge working on Taylor, not giving him much space here. Pass over behind the net. Now pass. The shot is no good. He had a good look. It was Corbett. Averett still with the ball. He's on the ground. Nice defense here from Gravely. Gravely on top of him on the ground. And it will be going the Nados' way. Aggressive physical defense pays off for the Tornadoes as Gravely taking off up the left side now. And he will fire this one cross field to Johnson. Johnson now whips a pass over to McCormick. McCormick to Wallace now. Wallace middle of the field at around the 40. Circling back now, picked up by Fleming. Nice pressure from Fleming here, trying to get some space. Francois trying to help. Wallace nowhere to go. Nice defense by Fleming. Pass over to McCormick now on the right side, deferring. Jay Etheridge on him. Finnegan ready to pick his spot. Right around the 25, galloping a little bit on the right side, cutting back to his left, trying to go inside and get a crease. Can't get any space. Now passes to Wallace. Wallace weaving. No, it's McDonald rather. He loses the ball, gets knocked to the ground hard. The whistle's blown. Call will go against Averett, and it'll stay with the Tornadoes. As this one goes into McDonald. McDonald weaving, looking around, firing, and it is in the net. The Nados are on the board first. Andrew McDonald with goal number 22 on the season for him. Coming here halfway through the first of the 7:33 mark. McDonald putting the Nados up 1-0 here against the Cougars. And it'll be McCormick heading to midfield for the faceoff here with a 1-0 lead now. About as good as a start as you could ask for head coach J.D. LeMay in year one with the Tornadoes. Nice defense so far. especially on the interior near the goal. And obviously good execution there offensively. McDonald got knocked to the ground. Foul was called. Possession was brought back, and McDonald able to get in there and get a goal as McCormick is going to chase after this face-off, and it's on the ground, and it's taken away by Averett. McCormick was in position to get it, but could not, as this one goes over to Byers. Byers circling back, working on Gravely. Now he passes over to Taff. Taff going up top now to Mashad. Picked up by Zach Taylor. As Jared Davenport coming into the game for the Tornadoes. Evan Francois will take a seat. Goes over to Woodcock now. Corbett. Back to Woodcock, left side, picked up by Coleman. He'll go back over to Mason Foy. Now Mashad with it. Mashad working on Taylor, gets a seam, and the shot is on the ground and taken by McCarriger. Now it's out of the stick of McCarriger. And the call again will go against Averett here. It'll be Brevard possession as Gravely with it goes over to McCarriger. McCarriger looking downfield to Peters. Peters left side. Now going to Zach Taylor in the middle of the field. He's got space. Taylor left side around the 30, 25, 20. Now passing over. It's deflected and looking for Ellen. Ellen going for it, and now it is retained by the Cougars. Calvin Beavers with it, and they will say that he stepped out, and it'll be Tornado possession once more. So Averett really playing some sloppy offense here, playing undisciplined as a whole, and a flag flying up in the air. And it looks like it's going to go against Calvin Beavers. It'll be a foul. That was the case, not out of bounds. A foul against Beavers. It'll stay with the Tornadoes here. I believe it'll be Ellen bringing it in. .6:15 to go here in the opening period. Nados with a 1-0 lead, 2 shots and 1 save for them. Shooting 50%. Ellen and McDonald. McDonald just scored the first goal. Left side surveying now. He'll pass over to Peterson. Now Howard. Howard for Ellen. Ellen whips it over to Wallace. Wallace, the shot is off the foot of the goalkeeper, and Howard now hit hard underneath, and whistle's blowing again. It'll be Averett possession. Some hard contact by the net as Fleming with it now. Fleming avoiding defenders. Fleming getting checked. Ball goes up in the air now, back into his stick. The pass is intercepted by Gravely. Gravely middle of the field now. Nados have numbers. Looking, firing from long distance, can't hit. It'll stay with the Tornadoes. Ellen, the one in the vicinity there. Nice aggressive pace of play there, and a nice interception by Gravely as McDonald fakes the shot, now circles back and will pass it back out to Tristan Wallace. Now over to McCormick. McCormick right around the red line at the 30. Ranging to his right, looking, passing into traffic. It is knocked up in the air, and it is on the ground still, taken in by the Cougars. Fleming once more. Fleming passes over to Byers. Now Byers with it, being checked by Wallace. Trying to cut back, loses Wallace, who stumbles a little bit. Now goes over to Corbett, and whistle's blowing, and there's a man down for the Cougars. Not sure who that is. Player's taking a knee here, laying on the ground. And the medical staff trainer is out. Still unsure of who that is for the Cougars. But as he gets taken care of, we will step aside. Or rather, no, he's able to stand up and looks like he's going to make it off on his own weight. So good to see that. Lachlan Sterling, freshman defender, 6'5", 180 out of Manassas, Virginia, Forest Park High School, is able to walk off on his own strength. So that's a good sign. And we will not step away. We will be right back here in the thick of the action with 5:04 to go in the first as the teams get back in their spots. Good to see Sterling able to walk off on his own. As it's Averett possession, Woodcock with it now, goes over to Mashad. Mashad now over to Foy. And now looking for Taff, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be Tornado possession. Taff couldn't handle that. Now Johnson passing over to Peters on the left side. Peters looking, trying to get past, and does. Past midfield now. Peters cutting back, now going over to McDonald, who passes over to Francois at around the 40. Francois taking his time. Now he'll whip it over to Zach Taylor. Or no, rather, Nate Stone, pardon, as Ellen gets it, now whips it over to McDonald. McDonald now fires to Francois once again. Francois resetting, backpedaling a little bit, now trying to make a move. A little burst from Francois here. Pass over to Ellen. Now the shot is offline for Atticus Cooper, who just checked in. Cooper fired a strike, but just a little bit high over the net. It'll stay with the NATOs, though, as McDonald brings it up. 4:05 to go in the first. McDonald ranging over, passing to Francois now. Francois going inside. The shot is far left, and chasing after it is Ellen. It'll stay with the Tornadoes once again. 3:54 to go here in the first, and the NATOs retain possession. Ellen whipping it over to McDonald. McDonald, the lone goal of the game so far. He passes over to Cooper. Atticus Cooper just missed a goal a moment ago, and he is going to go inside and whip this one into traffic for Howard. It's picked up and shot wildly by Francois. Goes out of play and still stays with the Tornadoes. Ellen fires a pass over the head of Francois. Going for it is Gravely. Gravely able to knock it up, and it'll be an offsides, I believe. It'll be going Averett's way. So Averett ball taken here by Jackson Nicholson. Nicholson whips a pass, just able to avoid going out of bounds. This one going over to Corbett. Corbett, middle of the field now, passes over to Mashad. Mashad to Taft now. Far side now, coming over towards the middle behind the goal. Picked up by Johnson, now the pass over to Woodcock. He fires over to Mashad. Now Moody with it. Moody going inside, weaving, lots of contact. Pass behind the net, pass over to Corbett. Corbett trying to get space. He's going to fire and is going to hit a goal. It gets out of the reach of McCarriger, and we are all tied up at 1 apiece with 2:44 to go here in the first. Parker Corbett puts Averett on the board here in the home stretch of period 1. And another faceoff coming here between Fleming and McCormick. McCormick still looking for a faceoff win, and he will get it there. Out of nowhere comes Francois. Francois's got a clean space. He gets McDonald out left side. Nice move. The shot is good. Andrew McDonald with an immediate answer. His second and goal number 23 on the season for McDonald. Leading goal scorer by a long shot for the Tornadoes on the campaign, and crazy how fast of an answer that was. Francois got it off the faceoff, passed to McDonald. He made one move, and it was in the net. So shot number 8 is a successful one for the Tornadoes as another faceoff comes here from McCormick. See if he can get this one. And he cannot. It's on the ground. Whistle's blowing, and it'll be going Averett's way. A lot of contact. Francois hitting the deck. He'll come out, and now McCormick has it. Losing the ball was Averett. McCormick has it, middle of the field now, looking over. Passing, no, weaving, losing the ball. It is picked up, and the goal is, there was a goal hit, but it's waved off by the officials. Whistle's blown. It will not stand, and so it'll stay at 2-1 and Averett ball with 2:11 to go here in the first. Coming up the field now is Etheridge. Etheridge passes now to Mashad. Middle of the field. Looking for help, not getting any. And now running by Scott Bundy. Mashad passes over to Taft now. Picked up by Johnson. And Jared Perez coming on now. Taft. Picked up now. Goes over to Corbett, who has the lone Averett goal so far. Corbett over to Woodcock, now over to Moody. Moody picked up by Perez. Perez checking. Moody weaving. Losing the ball up in the air, and it is taken in McCarriger. McCarriger pass down the field is taken in by Bundy. Bundy on the left side. Woodcock trying to get back and does. Now pass over to the left side, McDonald. Let him go to work. He's already got 2. McDonald swerving and passing over now to Ellen. Ellen going inside, fires, and that one is in the net. It is a 3-1 lead for the Tornadoes. 3-1 with 1:12 to go here in the first, and a nice start for the Tornadoes, who are searching for that first USA South Conference win this afternoon. Averett doing the same, but so far the Nados being more successful in that venture. 3-1 lead on shot number 9. Just over a minute to go here in the opening period. McCormick ready for another face-off here. 5th of the game. And McCormick wrestling with Fleming, and that one's on the ground still, and it is taken in by Averett. That is Etheridge with it. Francois guarding him. He'll defer over to Taff on the far side, being defended by Johnson closely. Trying to get a seam on him, and he does. He'll work around side the goal, and he'll pass over to Corbett. Corbett on the left side, Gravely loosely defending. Now Taff once more. Behind the goal, taking his time, 37 seconds to go. And taking some contact, firing and missing there. It'll stay with Averett. That one was coming in hot. Not sure McCarriger even saw it. And with 31.7 to go here in the first, Averett will retain possession after shot number 6 is unsuccessful there. Taff has it. Taff passing over to Woodcock. Woodcock firing and out of the reach of Corbett, but brought in by Etheridge. Etheridge being checked by Francois now. Francois, nice defense, forcing him back, and now 15 seconds to go in the first. Etheridge trying to work on Francois. Francois staying in front of him. Nice footwork by Evan there. The pass is going to be out of the reach of Taff, and it will be Tornado possession with 4.7 to go here in the first. See if they can get anything going quickly down the field. 4.7. McCarriger bringing it up, and all of a sudden the clock runs, and that will be the end of the first. Natos leading at 3-1. 2 goals from Andrew McDonald and a goal from Nate Ellen. Have them up 2 on the Cougars here after 1. Both teams looking for their first conference win. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the second here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Cougars and Tornadoes. Back here for the second at Ives Lamel Family Field. Natos with a good start up 3-1 as Finnegan McCormick gets ready for another face-off here. McCormick against Fleming, and it'll be kicked away and still on the ground, brought in by Wallace. That's been the case on a lot of these face-offs today. A ball rolling around for extended periods as this one gets passed out of the reach of Ellen and picked up by Caleb Chester, the goalkeeper. Chester will fire one down the field. Having to wait on it is Byers, but he'll haul it in. He'll go over to Foy now. Foy now, right side now, passes over to Mashad on the near side. Mashad now back to Foy. Foy picked up by Peters. Nice check there as the pass. It gets on a bounce to Mashad and now over to Moody. Moody to Woodcock on the left side, picked up by Zach Taylor. Woodcock ranging, trying to get a seam. He fires one that is going to be picked up. No, knocked out by McCarriger. It'll stay with the Cougars. McCarriger was trying to chase after it and could not get there. Mashad passes over to Woodcock now. Back to Mashad. Mashad hit hard. Big hit there as Devin McCarriger has it. Mashad got leveled by the goal, and this one will be going back to Averett as the pass gets out of the reach of McDonald. But wow, what a hit. Bringing it up now is Brayton Powers. Powers with it. Goes over to Corbett, who has the only Cougar goal to this point. He goes to Foy. Foy picked up by Jared Davenport. Just about 2 minutes into the second here. 3-1 NATO lead. As Foy trying to bully Davenport, trying to get around the edge. Now he'll pass back. It'll be out of his reach. And it'll be brought in. An offsides call here. It'll be going the NATO's way. Bundy comes out, and Nate Stone and Atticus Cooper come in. Cooper immediately getting the ball in the middle of the field. He'll go over to Bryce Peterson. Peterson scanning, going over to the right side. McDonald now already has 2 goals, but he will defer this one to Scoggins. Scoggins behind the net. Quickly passing over to Ellen. Ellen left side, now Stone. Stone trying to cut back left side. The shot is wild and offline, and it will be going Averett's way. Scoggins was in a foot race towards the ball, but he was not able to win it, and it'll be Averett possession here. Pass is deflected, knocked up in the air. McDonald going for it. This ball is on the ground. Scoggins going for it. He's passing to McDonald. He shoots. No, fires to Ellen, who does shoot and knocks it in the goal. Nate Ellen with his second. Him and McDonald both pairing for a couple of goals here so far at Ives Lamel. 4-1 NATO lead, 3 minutes into the second. Nate Ellen knocking in his second goal. Great exchange there. Great defensive work. Transferred Scoggins passing over to McDonald, who whipped a nice one over to Ellen, who had space and fired it in there. Nice rally from the NATOs there. As McCormick ready for another face-off here. NATO's in control so far here. McCormick fighting with Fleming. Ball still on the ground, and it's taken by Averett. McCormick struggling on the face-offs a little bit today. As this one tackle there by Finnegan McCormick. Maybe a little bit of frustration. A full-on McCormick turning into a linebacker there and bringing down Nick Byers. 6 foot 165 Byers going down, and now he will come out. McCormick, apparently a hard hitter. As Byers will dip out for the moment. Mashad will bring it in. Mashad up top to Taft. Now Woodcock over to the left. Chester. Or no, rather Corbett. Pass over out of the stick of Foy. Foy was set up in good position. He gets hit hard now by Gravely. And he'll bring it in. Foy was in a good position and got a nice pass, but couldn't handle it. But the possession will stay with the Cougars after Foy was knocked down. 11:30 to go before halftime. Woodcock passes over to the left side now. Corbett. Corbett with the only Averett goal to this point. He passes over to the right side. Foy gets it in another good spot, spinning around, getting checked, trying to fire a shot off, and it will be going the NATO's way. He misses, and McCarriger right there, Johnny on the spot to retain possession for the Tornadoes. McCarriger cradling, passing downfield to Cooper. Cooper, a little bit of a seam, guarded by Fleming now, whips it over to McDonald on the right side. Right at around the 30, far side, Andrew McDonald already has 2 goals. Nate Ellen and him both with 2 goals apiece have been the NATO scoring as Francois gets it and passes over to the left side to McCormick. McCormick, nice little move there. Looking, and that one will be a wild, not sure if it was a pass or a shot. But it will be Averett ball. Scoggins defending closely, a lob pass over to Jane. Lucas Jane looking around, now passing over to the left side to Corbett. Corbett now whips it over to Woodcock, middle of the field, has to jump for it, but he hauls it in. Right side, Mashad. Mashad trying to work on Perez, he gets by him. Now passing over behind the goal to Taff. Taff passes over to Corbett. Corbett getting checked, loses the ball. It goes up, and the shot, nice save by McCarriger. Point blank range, was able to jump up and deflect that one as Corbett losing the ball, and it will be Tornado possession. Nice defense there from Johnson, and he'll bring it up with 10:06 to go in the first half. Peters with it. Now he goes over to McCarriger. A flag flies up in the air. Some level of frustration might be kicking in down there for Corbett as McDonald has it, streaking down the right side. He'll cut it back. Pass, nice pass over to Wallace, but he can't handle it. He'll chase after it, and he will bring it in. Behind the goal, Wallace with it. Goes over to McDonald now. McCormick. Now Nate Stone with it. Stone not a big scorer. He defers over to Tristan Wallace. Wallace trying to make a move. Left side, cutting back right now. Looking, and the low pass is saved, and it will be Tornado ball. A little bit confused on what happened there. Looks like we've got an unnecessary roughness call against Parker Corbett down on the other side. That was what the flag was. Brevard possession. Nate Ellen with it. Referee on the far side picks up his flag. Time still in play. And now we're good to go. Ellen passes this one in to Howard. Now Bryce Peterson whips it over to McDonald. McDonald had a crease, but instead goes over to Wallace. Now up top. They're going around the horn. Ellen with it right side. Now Howard once more. Howard whipping it to Peterson. Peterson to McDonald. McDonald space once more. He'll pass over to Wallace. Wallace now up top McCormick. Around the horn once again. Ellen, right side. Howard. McCormick losing the ball. It's on the ground. Getting it back. Circling around. Being checked. Going through defenders. And that one will be taken away. Averett ball. Nice little pass there to Sterling. Sterling coming up, being checked and avoiding the checks from McCormick. A nice move there from Lachlan Sterling, who came out earlier but is back in. Nice to see that. As Powers with the ball. 8:25 to go before half. 4-1 NATO lead, looking good so far. Peters, nice defense, checking. Loses his man, though. Powers going inside, fires, no passing. Then the shot is offline by Taft. Nice save again by McCarriger. Nice move by Johnson as he gets it and passes it over to Michael Peters. Peters right side, passing down the field to Howard. Howard right side looking over for Stone. Stone, they've got numbers. Pass McDonald. McDonald fires. It is in the net. It's a hat trick for Andrew McDonald in the first half, and it's a 5-1 NATO lead with 7:54 to go in the opening half. NATO's looking as strong as they have all season so far. Apologies in advance if you believe in the announcer's jinx, but the NATO's looking really good here at Ives Lamel to this point. 5-1 lead. They've got 13 shots, 2 saves as well. 9 shots and 2 saves for the Cougars, and McCormick will come to midfield for a face-off, this time with Etheridge. Struggled against Fleming a little bit and was going to say win this one. Ball is still on the ground, though, and it will be Averett possession. So McCormick had the initial win, it looked like there, on the face-off, but was never able to get that one cleanly scooped off the ground. And now Averett goes to work on offense once more. Corbett, left side, passes over to the entering Foy. Foy guarded by Bundy. 7:26 to go. Foy whipping this one over to Taff. Taff trying to work on Johnson, trying to get the corner, firing, and it's offline, and chasing after it will be Bundy. Bundy will let it go. Now will fight for it. It's on the ground, and it is taken in by Foy. So a little bit of a lack of awareness there, as this pass is awry, but it will be brought in by Mashad right around midfield, or will it? It'll go out of his stick, but then he'll pick it up once more. Jared Perez defending, and this one will go over to the right side to Moody. Moody hit hard there by Zach Taylor. He goes over to Corbett. Corbett cradling, trying to get the corner, losing the ball, getting checked. Taylor going for it. Peters going for it. It's still on the ground. Peters going for it. He's got it. He's hit hard. And a whistle is blown. And unhappy Averett fans here. It'll be Brevard possession to the dismay of a few fans here as Gravely gets that one. And Michael Peters now right side bringing it up. McDonald with it. McDonald right side. Going over to Scoggins, now up top Wallace. 6:03 to go in the half. 5-1 Tornado lead. As this one, Stone with the ball, and there will be a call here. Not sure what it was, but it'll be Averett possession. And this one out of the stick of Fleming and taken in by Ellen. So immediate turnover for the Cougars. As Francois with it. Wallace up top has it now, surveying and going over to the right side to Ellen, who bobbles briefly and picks it back up. Whistle's blown, and Averett possession. A turnover here by Ellen. Not sure what it was. A little bit harder to see on the far side there, but yellow ball. As that one is hauled in by Jane. Jane passes over to Corbett. Now Foy. Right side, Woodcock. Middle of the field, Woodcock at around the 35-yard line. Passes over to the left side. Corbett now behind the goal to Taff. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Taff loses the ball. It's picked up by McCarriger. And McCarriger will fire this one down the field to Zach Taylor, who can't bring it in and then does. Taylor up the right side down the sideline. Still with the ball. Taylor with reinforcements coming in from the sideline. Whips this one over to the right side. A flag is thrown up in the air. McDonald has it now, passing it to Ellen. Ellen over to the left side. Peterson. Taylor coming back. As coming over now is McCormick on the offensive end. McCormick has it middle of the field, passing left side. Cooper checked immediately. Cooper losing the ball, getting it back, cradling now, passing over to the right side. Scoggins whipping it over to Ellen. Ellen behind the goal. Now coming over to the left side, trying to get a crease, trying to use some leverage with his shoulders there. 30 on the shot clock. McCormick with it. McCormick rearing over to his right, passing over the head of Cooper. Looks like will stay with the NATOs. As Frankie Howard comes in, Atticus Cooper comes out. .354 to go here in the first half. NATO's looking good so far. 5-1 lead over the Cougars here on a Saturday afternoon at Ives Lamel Family Field here on the campus of Brevard College. Wallace getting it right side, now going over to Howard, who whips it to Peterson. Going over to McDonald, he's already got 3, but he'll defer over to McCormick. Now Wallace once more. Now Ellen right side, firing and just a bit high. It'll be going Averett's way. 3:34 to go here in the half. Ellen getting a little ambitious there. Is this one? Be Chester with it, passing it down the field and intercepted by McDonald. Athletic play there. McDonald passes over to Howard. Howard weaving, firing, cannot hit. It'll be going Averett's way. A nice sequence there for McDonald. Couldn't quite finish it off there on Howard's end. But nice, and now whistle's blowing. And coming up the left side now, pass goes out of the reach of Corbett, and it's brought in by Gravely. Gravely passing it on a bounce to McDonald. He can't handle it, and it'll be going right back the other way with 2:54 to go in the half. Whistle's blowing, and a timeout call by the NATOs. Tornadoes leading at 5-1 with 2:54 to go in the half. We'll be right back here, Ives Lamel Family Field. USA South matchup here down the home stretch for the Cougars and the Tornadoes. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, of course, the home of the football team here as well, which Averett trying not to suffer the same fate their football team did on this field back in November. A 40-3 blowout loss for the Cougars, trailing 5-1 here. Trying not to have the same outcome on Ives Lamel Family Field once again, becoming a very unfriendly destination for the Cougars. Averett football also, obviously, if you remember correctly, was defeated by Brevard football in the shortened spring COVID season last year, last March. As we are just about ready to get going, this final 2:50 of the first half. Mashad getting it right side. Looking, ranging over to his right. He will find Taff, and he'll get it right back. Referee nearly getting in the way and almost getting hit by the pass. Mashad now, though, right side. Picked up by Davenport, getting a hole. Trying to circle around away from Gravely. Fires, and a nice save by McCarriger. It's on the ground, and it is going to be called off. The ball is on the ground after the save, and then it rolled into the goal, but it will not count. So Averett will stay with their tally at 1 for now. Long pass down the field. Johnson, it is going to be hauled in by McDonald. A nice looping pass there, but McDonald will slow it down and go back over to McCormick, who gives it to Wallace, and he fires and scores. It is a 6-1 NATO lead. Tristan Wallace is on the board for goal number 12 of the season. Wallace makes it a 5-point lead with just under 2 minutes to go, 1:59 remaining in the first half. McDonald with a hat trick, Ellen with 2, and now Tristan Wallace with a goal of his own, and it is a 6-1 tally here at Ives Lamel Family Field. This time it looks like it'll be Scott Bundy taking over face-off duties, which is obviously Ben McCormick's, as Perez heads over to the other side. Bundy gets down, going against Etheridge, I believe. No, it's Fleming. And some sort of misprocedure there, and it'll be Cougar ball. Bundy picking up Etheridge. Nice check. He loses the ball but gets it right back. Bundy, nice defense. And he goes over to Woodcock. 1:40 to go in the half. Pass over to left side, Corbett. Corbett faking a little move there. Now goes back to Woodcock for left side. Woodcock working on Perez. He gets by him. Getting checked. Perez recovering. Perez, aggressive defense. A couple of shoves. More aggressive defense. Woodcock using the referee as leverage to get away from that. As he goes over to the right side to Moody. Moody, 1:14 to go here in the opening half. Whips it over to Powers. Powers circling back. Nice check by Peters. Getting by Peters. Looking around, tossing. And it is up in the air and taken away by McCarriger. McCarriger firing a pass on a bounce to McDonald. It'll be out of his stick and taken in by Lachlan Sterling. Lachlan Sterling, rather, sorry. Whistles blow, and it'll be Brevard possession. Zach Taylor will bring it up with 50 seconds to go. Taylor gives it up to McDonald right side. McDonald going inside, can't quite get past his defender. He goes over to Ellen. Ellen working, getting inside, firing, and a nice save there by Chester. As he gets it back with 30 seconds to go in the half, Chester passes over to Etheridge. Etheridge fires out of the reach of Fleming, but it's hauled in by Corbett. Corbett, left side, 20 seconds. Corbett trying to make his move on Gravely. Stepping back, now goes over to Mashad. 11 seconds, 10. Woodcock working on Davenport. 8, 7, 6. Passing taken away by McCarriger. McCarriger whips this one down the field, and that is going to be all she wrote for half number 1. NATO's with a 6-1 lead, led by a hat trick in the first half from Andrew McDonald, up to 24 goals on the season for him. The NATO's with 18 shots and 4 saves. Cougars with 10 shots and 4 saves. NATO's have put 6 in the net. Cougars have only put 1 in there. 6-1 Tornado lead. And we will be back in just a few for second half action. 6-1, Andrew McDonald with 3 goals. Nate Ellen with 2 goals. And Tristan Wallace knocked one in as well. NATO's leaded by 5 at the break, looking for conference victory number 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for second half action in just a few minutes. Tornadoes and Cougars here at Ives Lamel Family Field.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me and When I would come into port, I would call him. He would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say, I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
Before I got to Brevard College, I didn't know what experiential learning even was. We have all the rivers, Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, just all the resources are around us. So the location is why environmental studies is so great here.
With experiential learning, it's not always field-based. We do quite a few things in the lab as well, so you get opportunities to do hands-on research in the lab. But whenever possible, when you can get outdoors and see what's actually happening, It's different based on the conditions that are outdoors, and you can never predict those. So a day that it's raining and cold, you're going to see different activity levels among the animals and plants than if it's a day that's sunny and warm. The courses that I teach are all based in the outdoors. My specialty is biodiversity, so I teach a course in biodiversity, but I also teach courses that are unique to the area that are called Plants and Animals of the Southern Appalachians. Here at Brevard College, one of the things that we do really well is interact with these students who are undergraduates in a way that prepares them for graduate programs. That's what we can do at Brevard College. We can get these students who are interested in a particular area, help them find a path that is tying together their interest with what our background, the backgrounds of the professors can do, and then position that student in a way that few undergraduates can be positioned to go on to a graduate program or to go directly into the field.
Back here for second half action. Ives Lamel Family Field. NATO's leading at 6-1. They've got 18 shots, 4 saves. They scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second. Hat trick already for Andrew McDonald. 5 points responsible for McDonald. 2 assists, 3 goals. 2 goals for Nate Ellen and 1 knocked in for Wallace as here comes a face-off for McCormick. And it's still on the ground once again. Etheridge going for it, Wallace going for it, still on the ground rolling, and finally brought in by Fleming. Fleming takes a tumble, big hit. Going for it now is Wallace, ball still on the ground. Now McDonald has it out of nowhere. McDonald with a crease. He fires, and it is saved by Chester. This one down the field, knocked up in the air. Wallace checking now. Whistle blows. And it will still be going Averett's way. Call there going for the Cougars. Getting going here. NATO's holding a 5-goal lead. As Mashad gets it and passes over to the right side to Woodcock. Woodcock behind the net. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor, a nice little shove. Screen being set now by Mashad. And the pass over to Taff. is out of his hands but brought in by Corbett. Corbett now back over to Taff on the far side. And this pass almost intercepted by Taylor. It'll go out of play, and it'll be Brevard ball. Taylor brings it up. Now goes over to McCarriger. The goalie will set up where he wants to go. He fires a nice pass over to Francois. It goes off his foot, though, and it is brought in by Corbett. Corbett cutting back. Now goes over to the left side, Woodcock. Corbett. Left side, passing over to Woodcock. Now up top. Right side, Mashad. Mashad firing in the range of Moody. And this one will stay with Averett as it goes out of play. Powers with it. Nice little check there as it goes over to Corbett, who fires, and it'll go out of play. The low shot skips off a bounce and goes out. Now Taff with it. Taff fires, and that one is in the net for Averett's second goal. They cut the lead down to 6-2, just about 2.5 minutes in to the second half. Averett's got another one on the board. McCormick ready for another face-off here with Fleming. And this one will be taken by, wow. McCormick had it, lost it, scooped it up in the air, and it was fielded cleanly by Wallace, and now Andrew McDonald on the right side with it. McDonald near sideline, passes over to Wallace, now up top. Peterson. Wallace once again. On the right wing. Goes back up top. Bryce Peterson. Peterson trying to go to work, ranging to his right, going inside, now passes over to Ellen. Ellen whips a pass over. Fired, and nice save there. Nate Stone went for it, and it went straight into the stick of Caleb Chester, as this ball is knocked around and on the ground and eventually passed up to Marcus Fleming. Fleming now to Etheridge. Etheridge passing over to the left side. Corbett. Corbett goes over to Taff. Now Mashad. Mashad, middle of the field. Taylor, nice defense. Mashad running out of real estate, now goes over to Powers. Powers is intercepted by Johnson. Johnson whips a pass off a bounce over to McDonald, who will pick it up. McDonald circling back now. And he'll give it to the oncoming Finnegan McCormick as he goes out. McCormick now passes it over. No, McDonald will stay in, rather. He gets it, and now passes over to Ellen. Ellen, Scoggins, McCormick. Thinks about going to Cooper, and he will keep it himself. Circling back, firing, and that one in the net for Finnegan McCormick. They answer the Averett goal, and it is back to a 5-goal lead, 7-2. 10:50 to go here in the third on shot number 21. Finnegan McCormick striking one in. He'll come off. And McCormick has joined the party now. It'll be Scott Bundy going for the face-off here as opposed to McCormick after his goal. And this face-off is going to be won by Fleming. easily. Bundy trailing way behind now. Fleming passes this one out of the reach of Powers, and it'll be Brevard ball. Pass to Wallace, now over to the left side, Peters. Peters to Johnson. Johnson cutting back, passing to Francois. It's out of his reach, and now it's out of the reach of the defender. It's picked up by Ellen. Ellen, right side, trying to go to work here. Passing it over to Scoggins. Scoggins surveying. Now he goes over to McDonald. McDonald, right side, trying to crease to his right now, cutting back. Working again to the right. Almost losing the ball, but keeps it. Ellen. And Ellen fires a pass that is almost intercepted. It'll go out of play, and it'll be out of bounds. It will be a push on Scoggins, it looks like, and be Averett ball. About 5 minutes into the third here. This one is out of the reach and taken away by Francois. Francois takes a hit, but stays with it. Now McDonald. Right side. Fires a pass over to Will Scoggins behind the net. Ranging over to the far side. It'll be out of the reach of Ellen. And flag going up in the air. We'll see what it is. Or it's getting picked up. Not sure what the foul was. So now we're ready to go. McCormick will bring it up. Clock running. Wallace gets it up top. To Ellen. Now Scoggins. Ellen once more. McCormick. Ellen. Scoggins. Nice pass over to Wallace, who fires. It's deflected, but it goes right over to McDonald. McDonald passes to Peterson. It's out of his stick. Fighting for it now, and it is taken in by Lachlan Sterling. And now going up the field, Taff has it. Taff over to Corbett. Corbett swerving, nice move, fires offline, and it'll be going Brevard's way as Taff couldn't reel this one in, keep it in bounds. And Evan Johnson will bring it up. Passes over to the left side to Peters. Peters now, tight coverage, brought in by McCormick. McCormick weaving two defenders. They're both on the ground. McCormick looks back at him, fires over to Cooper. Cooper can't handle it, and now gets it back, fires, and on a hop, it's saved by Chester. Chester being harassed by Peterson. Now pass over the head of Chester to Jane. Jane firing down the field, and it is hauled in by Peters. Peters being checked, avoiding defenders, taking hits, passes to Coleman. Coleman right side, surveying, and now we'll go back to Peterson. Peterson to the left side to McDonald. About halfway through the third here, 8:02 to go. As Bryce Peterson getting it up top. Now he goes over right side, Francois. Francois passing and knocked up in the air, and it'll be going Averett's way. Pass down the field to Sterling. Sterling over to Taff. Now Woodcock. Taff with it once more on the far side. He goes back to Woodcock. Now up top to Moody. Foy. Foy guarded by Perez. Perez, nice defense, nice footwork. Staying in front of him. And whistle's blowing. Looks like we'll have a timeout here from the Cougars. 7:13 to go here in the third. NATO's have tacked a goal on here and allowed one, leading 7-2, still a 5-goal lead with 7:13 to go here in the third. We'll be right back, Cougars and NATOs. Back here at Ives Lamel, 7-2 NATO lead with 7:13 to go here in the third. Up top, Mashad. Looking to his left and hesitates now. We'll go over to Taff. Corbett. Now over to Moody. Moody, Perez working on him. Almost intercepted by Taylor. This one knocked up in the air. Mashad has it. Up top, Woodcock. Now Moody once again. Moody, Perez, nice defense. Check coming from Johnson. Wild pass is hauled in by Taff. Now left side, Mashad gets it. Firing over. Shot clock at 3. Mashad going to have to take a shot, and it is saved by McCarriger. McCarriger to Perez, middle of the field. Perez streaking, now circling back, and he'll give over to McCormick. McDonald ranging to his left. He has it. Going over to Ellen now, the right side, Scoggins. Scoggins, Francois. Francois athletic, but will defer over to Wallace, who will pass to McCormick. McCormick in traffic to McDonald. It is another for him, his 4th. Goal number 25 on the campaign for Andrew McDonald, and he makes it an 8-2 contest here with just under 6 to go in the third. Andrew McDonald getting what he wants today, goal number 4 on shot number 23 for the Tornadoes as a whole. And is an 8-2 lead. Things looking really good for the NATOs right now, as McCormick heads to midfield with Fleming for another face-off. Whistle blows. McCormick and Fleming go for it. McCormick hits the deck, and it's brought in by Wallace. Wallace, another dual sport athlete on the men's lacrosse team, charges inside, and now will revert behind the net and go over to Ellen, but it's knocked up in the air and taken in by Chester. Chester fires a pass that is almost taken by Scoggins. Now fighting for it is Peterson, and it'll be taken in by Nate Stone. So NATO ball still, aggressive defense and great job all day defending these passes from the Cougars. As Stone goes over to Scoggins' right side. Scoggins ranging to his right. Little push from behind, and he goes over to Ellen with 5:03 to go in the third. McDonald fires over to Stone. It's out of his reach, and it will be kicked away to Gravely. Byers kicked that one off to Gravely. Couldn't handle the pass, and now it goes over to Stone. Left side, Andrew McDonald. McDonald with 4 goals. He tries to pass over to Ellen. It's out of his reach, and it'll be going Averett's way with 4:40 to go in the third. Byers comes off as well as Tristan Wallace. Brandon Coleman going to step back on. Sterling with it. Near side, LeMay yelling things out for his squad. Coleman almost able to jump up and take that pass, but it's brought in by Mashad. Mashad, middle of the field, going over to his right, and it is taken away by Johnson. Evan Johnson fires a long pass. It'll be knocked up in the air, but McDonald will chase it down. Charging inside now. McDonald with numbers, weaving, firing, almost getting another one there, but it is deflected and knocked away. We are at the 4-minute mark here, almost. 4:02 to go here as the clock has stopped. And now we're good. 3:53 to go in the half. Mashad with the ball. Taking his time, now going over to Woodcock. Woodcock trying to get an angle. Goes over. Corbett fires, and that one's in the net. Corbett with his second score of the ball game, and it is an 8-3 lead now. And NATO's lead is cut down to 5. .335 to go in the third. NATO's leading at 8-3. As Brenner Woodcock steps off for the Cougars. McCormick ready for another face-off here. And it looks like Fleming will get to this one. No, it's on the ground still. It's still on the ground once again. McCormick tries to scoop this one up. Chasing after it is Coleman, but it'll be taken in by Byers. Byers, Francois trailing behind him. He goes over to Corbett. Corbett with 2 goals now on the afternoon. 3:17 remaining in the third. Woodcock gets it. Over to Mashad. Mashad circling back, now going. And pass deflected by Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor has it. He's getting checked. He loses the ball. It goes back to Corbett once again. Under 3 minutes to go in the third here. Woodcock fires over to Powers. It is taken by Gravely. Another turnover there. Gravely, nice defense. Pass down the field to Johnson. Catches it off a hop. And right around midfield, he tosses over to his left to Zach Taylor, who cannot handle it, but will scoop it right back up. McDonald, left side, fires long pass to Ellen. Ellen over to Scoggins. Scoggins racing, trying to beat his man to the spot, but he'll circle back over and give it to Peterson at around the 40. Peterson whips it to the middle of the field. Nate Stone. Stone charging in now, aggressive. And now he'll slow it down and go over to Ellen. Ellen passes to Cooper. It's out of his reach. Fighting for it is Gravely, but it'll be taken in by Corbett. It's knocked up in the air. Now a hard hit on Etheridge. It'll be a push against the NATOs. Etheridge taking a hit there from behind, but his team will retain the possession with 1:50 to go here in the third. Woodcock with it now. Goes over to his left to Etheridge. Davenport defending Etheridge. And the flag flies up in the air. Corbett with it, being checked by Gravely. And now goes over to Woodcock, who weighs his options and goes to the middle of the field to Moody. Moody cradling, looking for something. Still hasn't given it up, and now goes over to Powers. 1:05 to go here. This ball is on the ground, and Zach Taylor's going to scoop it up, and the whistle is blown. Unsure of the call there. Looks like it'll be called against Gravely, and it'll be a man-up situation for the Cougars as he'll sit for 1 minute. He can come back into the 2-second mark of the third. As Moody has it. And the shot on goal blocked by McCarriger. Aggressive there from Mashad, but McCarriger, another nice play, another nice save. McCarriger in traffic, lofts this one down the field. Coming back for it is McDonald. He'll make the catch. And now the pass by McCormick is deflected. McCormick scoops this one up. It's brought in by Wallace. Wallace right side. All the bounces going the NATO's way right now. And that one almost sneaks in there. Wallace gets away with a push. No, he doesn't. Late whistle there, but the referee did catch the push on Lucas Jane by Tristan Wallace. Wallace will come out for a moment, throwing his hands up, unsure of what he did, but was a push as Michael Peters does some nice defense there. He's got it. Coming up the right side, weaving back, now passing over out of the reach of Jared Perez, and it'll go right over to Jane. And Jane looking for the pass, can't bring it in. Byers has it now. Sloppy offense all around from the Cougars, and that'll be it for the third. NATO's tack on a couple of goals from Finnegan McCormick and Andrew McDonald, and a couple of goals as well for the Cougars. One of them coming from Corwin, his second of the afternoon. 8-3 Tornado lead as we head to the home stretch. Fourth quarter time here at Ives Lamel. NATO's looking to hold on and get conference victory number 1 on the season. We'll see, and we'll be right back. Tornadoes and Cougars here.
Because of the way we teach, because we have classes that allow us to teach in the way that we like, which is experiential. Where we are, if you like the outdoors, man, we have great luck with cyclists coming here. There's something in the water about cycling in Brevard or fly fishing or just hiking. We have outstanding music. The music program here is wonderful. There's just a number of things to be said about Brevard College.
Back here for the fourth. NATO's leading at 8-3, trying to finish things off here at Ives Lamel and get conference victory number 1 of the season. Face-off coming here between Fleming and McCormick. McCormick once again falling to the ground, and this one brought in by Tristan Wallace, and it'll be going the NATO's way. Finnegan has it now on the left side. Goes over to McDonald, cradling. Francois has it. Francois over to Ellen. It'll be out of his reach, and it'll be a turnover to start things off here for the Tornadoes in the final period. 8-3, 5-goal lead, and if the NATOs can hold on successfully, they will move to 2-10 and 1-6 in the USA South. It will be their first USA South Conference win. But 14 minutes and 18 seconds separating the NATOs and that outcome. Pass by Mashad goes over to Taff. He's guarded by Johnson. He'll step back a little bit. Go over to Moody. Moody getting checked. Physical defense falling now and able to recover. Moody is getting the outside now, losing the ball. Davenport has it. It's on the ground. It's kicked around, and Taff has it now. Right side whistle blows, and it'll be going the NATO's way. Atticus Cooper checking in with 13:48 to go. Branian Coleman comes out, and looks like Bryce Peterson's about to step in. He will, as McDonald receives a pass on the left side and goes back behind to Peterson. Peterson over to Cooper. Now Scoggins. Ellen goes over to McDonald. McDonald, 4 goals on the game. He's up to 25 on the year. Big part of what the NATOs have been successful doing today. Ellen gets it, now goes over to Cooper on the right side. About 2 minutes into the fourth here. McDonald gets it, nice catch. Over to Stone. Stone fires, and that'll short hop over the goal, but it'll stay with the Tornadoes as Peterson was in the area. And Peterson fires over to Ellen. It's out of his reach, and it is on the ground, knocked up, brought in by Corbett. Taff with the ball, near side. Chased by Johnson, going around side, now cutting back. Over to Powers. And now Mashad. Mashad getting by Stone, runs into a wall. With Peters, though, as nice defense there from Gravely. Ball's on the ground. It is scooped up. No, it is not. Still on the ground. Powers going for it. Mashad going for it. A check from Gravely. Mashad hits the ground. Gravely has it. NATOs get possession here, and McDonald right side has it. McDonald, defended by Sterling, in no hurry now. Goes over to Ellen. Now Wallace. Wallace losing the ball, and now not able to handle it as Byers, and the NATOs get another chance. Nate Stone now passing over to the far side to McDonald, who fires it over to McCormick in the middle of the field. McCormick has a goal in the ball game. He looks, he fires, and that one is saved by Chester. Chester now going over to Fleming. Fleming checked from behind, but gets the pass off to Byers. NATOs have numbers. Passing, and the shot is good by Powers, cutting the lead down to 4. NATO's still doubling up the Cougars. No time to panic or anything like that. 8-4, but the goal there knocked in by Powers makes it an 8-4 ball game. McCormick ready for another face-off, this time with Etheridge. Hasn't really been able to keep his feet on some of these face-offs. See what happens here. And he's able to win this one. Finnegan, a nice face-off victory. And now trying to bull rush Etheridge. We'll go over to McDonald. McDonald passing over to the left side to Wallace. Now over. The shot spiked by Wallace. It'll go out of play. He'll stay with the Tornadoes, though, as Ellen brings it up. Goes over to Francois. McDonald with it. Goes over to Scoggins behind the goal. Scoggins retreating and being harassed. Now passes over to Nate Ellen. Ellen going in, cradling. A lot of traffic trying to get rid of the ball, and whistles being blown. A timeout looks like will be called for the Tornadoes. 10:21 to go in this one. NATO's leading at 8-4, and we will be right back here from Ives Lamel on a Saturday matinee. Back here, 10:18 to go. As the shot is fired on goal and saved by Chester. That McCormick was going for goal number 2 there. Byers with it now. Passes over to Taff. Taff closely defended by Johnson, not getting any space. Evan Johnson with some nice defense, as we've seen all afternoon from him. This one goes over to Woodcock up top. Moody with it behind the goal. Moody goes over to Taff. Taff trying to make a move now on Taylor. Not getting any space. Now passing over. It's taken by Gravely and tossed over to McCarriger. Taylor passing it. Caught by Scoggins. Scoggins middle of the field with space. Passing. Ellen going inside. The shot is good. Nate Ellen with a hat trick now. 3 goals for him, and it's a 9-4 NATO lead with 9:04 to go, and it's looking good for the NATOs right now. Tornadoes closing in on the victory. Still a little bit more work to do, but that goal puts them in a good position. Up 5 with under 10 minutes to go. Ellen with his 3rd strike of the game. There's a nice feed there from Scoggins after a good relay. And a face-off here goes way up in the air, and it is taken. No, McCormick on the ground, and Averett able to control it. Wallace, tight defense, pushing his man over to the sideline out of some sort of frustration. After he wasn't able to handle the face-off, Wallace got to find a way to control the temper a little bit. Seen it a few times as he will take a break. Woodcock goes over to the right side. Mashad passing over. And this one is up in the air, but recovered by Corbett. Mashad once more behind the goal and knocked up in the air and intercepted by Michael Peters. Peters goes over to McCarriger. McCarriger being harassed, loses the ball, and it looks like he touched it with his hands. And it'll be going Averett's way once more. 8:12 to go. NATO's leading by 5. Pass over. The shot is off the crossbar for Taff. Taff had a nice look, had a nice shot just off the top crossbar. NATO's fortunate there as Mashad coming in, working on Taylor. Mashad fires just high. The Cougars are just missing these shots. They don't have nearly the same amount of shots as the Tornadoes today either. 30 shots for the Tornadoes, 18 for the Cougars. 11 saves for the Cougars, only 6 for the Tornadoes. As Peters checking and whistles blowing. It'll be a push going off against Peters, and it'll stay with Averett. Powers gets it left side, goes up top to Mashad. Left side, Powers once more. Taff trying to get another opportunity here. Bounce pass over to Corbett, and he cannot save it. It'll go out of bounds. Corbett running into head coach J.D. LeMay, and the NATOs will take over possession with 7:21 to go. Taylor passes it to the middle of the field. Not able to handle it is Scott Bundy, but Andrew McDonald right there to corral it on the far side. He'll go right back to Bundy. Bundy now over to Finnegan McCormick. Sending Bundy back to the sideline, and now Francois and Wallace coming back in. Under 7 minutes to go now. NATO's leading it by 5. Things looking good. McCormick, middle of the field, passes over to his right to McDonald. McDonald going inside and getting held from behind a little bit. Still able to maintain control. Weaving, passing over to Scoggins. Scoggins now to Francois. Far side McCormick, now back to Evan. Goes down to Anita to make the catch, but does. Francois, nice little move there. The footwork. Francois firing off a bounce. It'll go out of play, but Nate Ellen right there, and it'll stay with the Tornadoes with 6:30 to go. Ellen bringing it up. Goes over to the middle of the field to Wallace. Wallace in traffic, passes to Francois. It's on the ground, and it's taken in by the Cougars. Fleming with it now. Lots of space, middle of the field. Gravely waiting on him. He passes over to the left side. Not able to handle it is Corbett, and Peters and him collide. Ball is on the ground. Peters going for it. Powers going for it. Ball still on the ground, skipped away and brought in by Fleming. Left side, far side. Byers has it. Now goes over to Corbett once again. Corbett handles this one. Flag flies up in the air as Mashad goes to work on Coleman and gets by him. Mashad passes over to Corbett. Corbett whipping it over now. Nicholson now over to Taff. Taff trying to go around the edge, passes it over. The shot here is no good. It'll go out of play. And we'll see. Perez coming out. It'll be an offsides call against Perez. As Moody goes to get the ball, he'll bring it up. Wind's starting to kick up just a little bit here at Ives Lamel. As Corbett passes over. Mashad has it up top. Over to Moody. Now Woodcock. 5:24 to go. Left side. Pass over to Moody. Moody fires, and that one is in there. Moody with a goal and cuts it down to 9-5 with 5:19 to go. NATO's got to hold on a couple minutes longer. Deficit cut back down to 4. Moody with a goal. Moody, a senior from Quebec, Canada. Putting one in there. McCormick, another face-off against Etheridge. And Finnegan will win once again. Ball rolled around on the ground once more for just a minute, but McCormick able to bring that in. Wallace over to McDonald. McDonald cradling, now passes over to Ellen. We've reached the 5-minute mark, folks. 9-5 Tornadoes here in the home stretch. Cooper over to the right side to Nate Stone. Nice grab. Stone trying to weave, getting past his defender. Now passes back over to Cooper. Cooper fires, and that one deflected. It is on the ground. Going for it now is Cooper, and he'll have it. Goes over to McDonald. McDonald whipping it to Ellen. Ellen jumps and shoots, and this one will be out of play. It'll be going Averett's way with 4:30 to go. NATO's very close here to securing this one. 9-5, 4:29 to go. Just got to hold on for a couple minutes here. Mashad with it, defended by Taylor, pressed towards the sideline. Now walled off by Davenport and Taylor. He finds a way to get between the two of them. Now he goes over to the left side. Corbett, Mashad, Woodcock, 4:08 to go. Right side, Taylor giving him space. Now over to Taff. Corbett. Right side, Woodcock. Taff, 3:47 to go, tries to get the edge, passes over. The shot by Powers, deflected and taken by McCarriger. McCarriger lofts one down the field to Taylor. Taylor with room, cutting over to the right side, and sort of looked like he wanted a bit of a pick from McDonald. Instead, he'll defer over to McDonald on the far sideline. McDonald charging in now. He stumbles, falls to the ground, gets back up, getting checked and harassed by Lachlan Sterling. And now going to work on him again. 3:18 to go. Going over, and now the pass to Francois. Francois over to McCormick, now McDonald. McDonald over to Ellen, 2:56 to go, and NATO's really close now. Ellen looking for Scoggins. It'll be out of his reach and going Averett's way. .243 to go here. Fleming with it. Looking. Firing a shot. It is good for Connor Taft. So not quite over yet. 9-6 with 2:37 to go. 2 late goals here from the Cougars. So Taft able to put one in as well after Moody did just a minute ago. Taft, a sophomore out of Durham, North Carolina. And McCormick ready for another face-off with Fleming. That was shot number 22 for the Cougars. The NATOs have put up 34 shots. As McCormick will, that one's on the ground. It is going to be going Averett's way. McCormick a little upset. As he had the victory, it seemed, on the face-off, and ball sort of kicked around. Nevertheless, Woodcock has it, now goes over to Michaud on the right side, 2:19 to go. Got to make something happen quickly if you're Averett. Pass over to Taft. Now Moody. Moody bumped by Perez. Moody in traffic, now goes over to Woodcock, now Corbett. Corbett whipping it over. Taft. Taft. Defended by Johnson. Cutting back, now going over. The shot by Corbett is skipped. It'll stay with Averett with 1:56 to go. Powers trying to bring it up. Difficulty. Nice defense from Peters. Goes over to Taft. Now Woodcock. 1:46 to go. NATO's with a 3-goal lead. Shot is offline and will stay with Averett once more. That shot came from Corbett. 1:39 to go. Shot offline again, and it'll stay with Averett with the 1:35 to go. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Woodcock goes over to Michaud. Moody. Pressed nicely by Perez. Trying to get by him and can't. Nice defense by Perez once again. And now going inside, being hit. Powers, and now Perez has the ball. Perez circling back now, being pushed from behind, being harassed. Perez losing the ball, and it is not picked up there by Johnson. He tried to get it. Michaud going for it, and now whistles are blown, and it's going to be going the NATO's way with 1:05 to go and a 3-goal lead. Flag flies up in the air. Might be some extracurricular. Looks like unnecessary roughness maybe against Mike Michaud, senior mid from Virginia Beach. Pass goes over. Oh no, rather, play is still dead. Wallace had grabbed the ball. 1:05 to go. Frankie Howard coming in. And whistles blowing once again. It looks like we've got another call against Averett. It'll be against Corbett. Not sure what that call was against Corbett. It's a conduct foul going against Corbett, so him and Mashad both taking a seat this final minute of action. NATO's just going to kill clock at this point. Averett's starting to realize that and trying to maybe put a little bit more pressure on as Wallace going back and forth now with McCormick, and McCormick will go over to McDonald. NATO's going to pick up the pace a little bit as Averett applies pressure. Going over to Wallace now middle, now left side McDonald. 35 to go. McDonald long pass over to Ellen. Ellen will stay put until the defenders come. He goes over to Wallace now. Wallace trying to skip this one over to McDonald and does so successfully. Going over to McCormick, 22 seconds to go. McCormick, long pass over to Ellen on the far sideline. He's got it. Goes over to Howard. Howard thinks about it, now goes over to Peterson. 12, 11, 10, 9, goes over to McDonald. Frustration setting in for the Cougars. Ellen has it, 5, 4, 3, Howard 2, 1, and that is all she wrote. The NATOs with conference victory number 1 on the campaign, overall victory number 2, and they are mobbing at the goal, swarming their teammates. The Tornadoes win number 2 after they were able to take the Battle of the Blue Ridge earlier in the season. Now have a victory at home on a Saturday against the Averett Cougars, 9-6. The final tally here for the Tornadoes. And we will be right back in just a moment. Final stats and recap. Coach J.D. LeMay in his first year as the NATO's head coach has victory number 2 and conference victory number 1 here in his Brevard career. 4 goals, a 4-goal effort from Andrew McDonald and a hat trick from Nate Ellen propelling the scoring here for the Tornadoes. Once again, we'll be right back in just a moment with some final stats and recap. 9-6, NATOs win it. Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field here with the two players of the game, Nate Ellen and Andrew McDonald. Andrew, I'll start with you. This is your second time with one of these post-game interviews, another big game in a victory for you, 4 goals. And I guess this game and the Warren Wilson game, I'll kind of ask you one of the questions I asked you last time. Is there any kind of different feeling or different approach when it comes to these sort of games where you kind of go crazy, or is it just business as usual?
Definitely not business as usual this time. Last game I forgot my jersey, so I was unable to play. So this game I really wanted to come play hard and just get the team going where I know I can get going. So it definitely feels good to just do what I can for this team.
So an equipment malfunction leading to a big game for Andrew McDonald. Andrew, you're now up to 25 goals on the season, team leader in that department. And how does that feel to know that you're one of the leaders that's being relied upon on the offensive end for the team, that it's really more on you to show up when it comes to these sort of games?
Yeah, no, I like to score, but I also like to get my team going. Today my guy Nate got 3 goals versus Patty in the season. So, again, I love facilitating and distributing the ball. That gives me a lot to look forward to as well. In addition to scoring.
You guys, Coach J.D. LeMay, obviously, in year one with the team, how big is it to get him his first conference victory after you were able to get him his first victory a few weeks back in the Battle of the Blue Ridge, now having that USA South victory under y'all's belt?
It definitely feels good to know that we're not the bottom of the conference and we're able to hang in there with some of them. This is a big one just to get another dub after we beat Wilson a few weeks back. Had some tough games just to get another win under our belt. Just again, going to help us for next season. We know that we can beat this team. We have beat this team, and we want to keep developing our team.
Absolutely. Andrew McDonald, thank you. We've got Nate Ellen now. Nate, a hat trick for you today against the Cougars, and I guess I'll sort of ask you the same thing. Was there any sort of different mindset coming into this game, knowing that this is more of a team on you guys' level and that you had to show out, or what?
The boys were in the locker room, just realized that we had to get it done. We had to pass the ball around, have some good ball movement, work together, and all in all, the boys were just buzzing today.
Nate, you're obviously, your role sort of fluctuates, it seems like, from the games that I've seen. Some games you're more relied upon for the scoring aspect, and some games you're more of a facilitator. Today, obviously, was one of those scoring games. Once you're back there behind the goal, what is your sort of attack process in getting the right angles and getting in there and putting it through the net?
It's really just comes down to moving the ball around and seeing who's open, where the ball needs to go, and how we can get where we need to go.
Absolutely. So you guys have 2 games remaining. You have at Southern Virginia next Saturday and against Piedmont. And how important is it going to be, and how are you guys feeling when it comes to finishing that out and finishing the season strong and leaving on a good note?
We just got to come together and play like we need to play and hopefully get to where we need to go.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew McDonald, Nate Ellen, great game, fellas. 7 combined goals between the two of these guys, and the NATOs able to knock off the Averett Cougars here at Ives Lamel Family Field on a Saturday afternoon. Great job, boys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Just got to throw in the boys are buzzing at least 3 times.
That one's good.
Back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, once again, the NATOs with a 9-6 victory over the Averett Cougars. Head coach J.D. LeMay getting his first career USA South victory as head coach of the Tornadoes. Nate Ellen with a hat trick and Andrew McDonald with 4 goals, bringing him up to 25 on the season, a team-leading figure for McDonald. NATOs have a week-long break and take on Southern Virginia on the road next weekend, and then finish things off on April 30th here at home for Senior Day against Piedmont. So 2 games remaining for the men's lacrosse team. They stand at 2-10 on the season, 1-6 now in the USA South after picking up that first conference victory. 9-6 here today over Averett. Brevard Lacrosse getting the win on a sunny Saturday afternoon here in Brevard. And I'm Brady Penn signing off.